Oh, shut the fuck up.
Play it loud and in its entirety.
Well, if you speed it up, the algorithm might not catch it.
See, but then that ruins the song. It's like here, okay. So if I do this playback speed, see, it's not the same. Heard that song in the Bill Maher documentary, uh,
Hey, Fasto.
Or
Religulous.
religulous, however it says, pronounced. Sally Eunice, hey Fausto, what up?
Courtney Ray.
Oh my God, you said Ava's name out legit first time. Anyone ever mentioned me on the live? Oh, really? Ava Charlene Galucci. Or is it Gayucci?
I like Gaiucci.
Right? Well, I
I
know in
like it.
Mexican Spanish,
I was thinking Italian.
or I guess I should say Spanish, the double L is like a Y.
I like Gaiucci. Sounds Italian. Italian mobbish. I like it.
Yeah, like Father Guido Sarducci.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows who he is, you're old.
Hey, Guido. So what'd you do today? Anything exciting?
Yeah, this and that. It's
That
been
and
a
this.
rough afternoon, I'll say.
Right here, Benji.
Cheers. There's no liquor in this, but
Oh, you're no fun.
tonight,
Are you on the wagon again?
I
Are
wish
you on the
there
wagon
was.
again?
Again? Yeah, for a few hours. This is missing about a cup of rum. Yes, a cup.
How dare you? And a cup of rum. Yeah, so I went and had, against my better judgment, I went and had my oil changed.
Against your better judgment?
Against my better judgment, because I really couldn't afford it this week, but it needed to be done.
Yeah.
And a Jiffy Lube just opened up, and I drove by like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago, and it said oil change, $41.
Shane, definitely get in touch, brother.
Yep. So I pull up into the oil change place today, and he's like, "Well, so you need an oil change?" I said, "Oh God, you don't know how bad." Because normally I go about 5,000 miles between oil changes, which is pushing it over the 3,000. But I figure, since I use full synthetic, I can get that extra 2, maybe 3,000 miles. But this time I pushed it to 10,000. So I'm like, it really needs to be done.
Yeah.
And when he told me the price of the full synthetic, I'm like, oh, dude, I can't afford that. I don't have $100. I mean, right now it's either oil change, gas, or groceries is where I'm at today. And he goes, well, I can help you out and give you a $20 coupon. I said, I appreciate that, but, I still can't afford that price. So long story short, I went with conventional oil. Cost $40, even with the coupon, the $20 coupon he gave me, because the $41.99 special was over. But I'm like, I got all these field trips coming up.
Hate these freaking things.
Yeah, I got all these field trips coming up on the next paycheck. Of course, 2 weeks away. So that's when I can actually get real oil in the vehicle again. But oil is the blood of a vehicle. I mean, you got to change it, otherwise you just screw all kinds of crap up in there. So yeah, I spent $40 on an oil change.
Well, that's good. At least he gave you a break.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, because he didn't have to.
Yeah. John Allen's in the house. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. John's going to be with us, I'm hoping, next week. John wants to talk.
And I would like John to talk because, I see his girlfriend, Vanessa. Never seen your girlfriend Vanessa did a John Allen special video, and she just posted it on her page, and it's all about John. And I would love to see him just talk about that video.
Hey, Kelly, Naya, Ani, hi there. Kate from Australia, good day, mate.
Hello, Kate.
What do you call women mates? Also, or is it just a male thing?
No, they're a Sheila.
Yeah, but you don't say, good day, Sheila.
No, they're
Mate
mates.
is just a.
It's a friend. Mate means friend.
Gives
But
you
you know, in
something.
general, because Paul Hogan and Crocodile Dundee. Sheila only slow you down.
One of the greatest movies of the 80s. If you haven't seen
I
it,
love that movie.
you got to check out Crocodile Dundee.
Paul Hogan is amazing. I think he's Australian too. Pretty sure he is.
I'm sure Kate knows all about him. Man, here I am wanting to play this freaking music. I just want to turn it up
and jam. You want to get up and dance?
Do we care if this program gets deleted?
That's a good song there.
Yeah, it is. I've only come to appreciate Daft Punk since they disbanded. Did you see that video that they did? The farewell video?
No.
Oh, man, it was sad. It was sad. I should post that on my page later. How's it going, everybody? Where's VT?
Well,
is she tweeting? Is she really? I didn't even know she had a Twitter account.
Oh yeah, she loves to tweet, and she likes her what do you call that, TikTok shit. I don't know anything about ticking and talking.
I can't imagine anything she has to say fits in 144 characters. Or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that really stifles her.
Right?
Oh, sweet Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Hey, Brooke.
So,
Tammy.
Oh, see, I love this stuff. See,
Shanae. Now, see, this is the type of music I like. It's like a funk. It's like a disco. It's like a mix of a house funk party disco thing. It was, I'm going to share a little bit more than myself than I wanted people to know. But, this is the type of music I used to do when I dropped decks back in the 90s.
Oh, you're one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I did some X in my day.
Well,
how do you think I got to those triple digits of other sexual conquests? I was higher than a fucking kite most of the time.
Did you say triple digits?
Yeah, we covered my conquest one
night. Dude, we're only at 9:00 right now, so you're gonna have to put that on the back burner for me.
Hey, Stormy. Linda.
I'm looking for the video.
El DeBarge from the 80s. Who's Johnny?
El DeBarge.
That was a good song.
So this video from Vanessa is from Tuesday. Maricela, thank you so much. You're the best. Appreciate the sticker. One of our loyal fans, Maricela, is awesome. This video is from Tuesday.
Okay.
So in order to share that screen or tab, I've got to ixnay the music A, or however you say that crap.
Oh, wait a second.
I'm not so good on my Pig Latin anymore.
Yeah,
like I used to be.
Before we go any further, I got a question.
Yep.
So what's going on in Uvalde? They were doing an active shooter investigation at a park.
I'm not sure. All I know, there was breaking news, and they said one report said as many as 6 people shot, or as few as 2.
Well, I mean, they didn't tell you anything there.
No, and then there was not much on it after that, and I don't know why they would do a active shooter training so close from when the actual tragedy happened.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like good timing.
No, it doesn't. And that's what I was wondering. I'm like, is it training? Because it's kind of redundant to do it now and kind of a slap in the face.
Yeah. So Oh, here we go. It was gang related. No more Cheeseke's lies. Thank you. It was gang related. 3 in the hospital, 1 in critical condition.
Okay, so it was an actual shooting in a park then.
So it was a real shooting, not
Okay.
an active shooter training.
But still, that makes me ask, what the hell's going on in the water over there in fucking Uvalde?
I don't know.
I mean, you go from one tragedy to another. I mean, I have no words for that.
Yeah, this is and if it's gang related, these gangs doing a shooting, they got no sympathy or empathy for anything. They don't care about stuff. All they care about what they got going on.
They just, they care about their own little world of drugs and rapes and whatever else.
And by the way, everyone, No More Cheeseke's Lies, a friend of the page. If you haven't followed their page, go do it. No More Cheeseke's Lies. A lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff there too. Let me tell you. I've been over there peeking occasionally, and it's like, oh.
Let's see, rumor. So, the big question the last couple of days is, where's Vanessa?
Where is my woman VT? I don't know. I don't know what the V looks like in the back of my head anymore. I don't know if it still looks that predominant or not.
Bam, can't you control that woman, please?
Well, I try, but she, every time I threaten to slap her, she just, oh, please don't threaten me with the good time. But no, I can't say that. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. That's me. That's me that likes to be promised with a good time. All right, yeah, I got to get off this wagon.
Yeah,
starting to get a little warm in here. Whew.
So yeah, I don't know where she is. There's rumors that she's with an old flame.
Oh,
and maybe took a few days off to go and
reminisce,
do some heavy partying or something like that.
A little slap and tickle, play Johnny Baloney and Sink the Sub and
slap and tickle. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Horizontal Mambo.
Or okay. Another rumor says that she's crossed over south of the border for some reason.
Oh, she went to the motherland.
Maybe. And another rumor says that, and I don't believe this one for a second.
Okay.
She maybe checked herself into a rehab. And I don't believe that because she denies she has a problem in the first place. So why would she volunteer to do something like that?
Well, this is true because, step one of alcoholism is admitting you have a problem. So I think that would be the same step in NA, whatever association you're going with, or anonymous situation you're going with. I'd assume it's still step one is admit you have a situation.
Yeah. So, but knowing how she is, as some of us would call her a narcissist, she would deny she's got any kind of issue at all.
Hey, Richard.
Sas, Cooleritas, welcome everyone. Legend, Garaja, Steamboat, what's up, Rich? Maria, Tony, Fiesta Taco Salad. That's
a mouthful.
Okay.
That's a mouthful. Sounds good too.
No more Cheeseke's lies. I am willing to bet she will be arrested next week. Just a gut feeling. Ooh.
What do you got there? I mean, give us a little. You gave us a teaser. Now you give us a little more to chew on there.
You know what?
What do you know that we don't know?
I'm one to trust No More Cheeseke's lies gut. So it'll be interesting. I have to keep an eye on that.
Maybe is that why she went south of the border?
Oh, you mean she's on the run? Maybe.
Well, I don't know. That just popped in my head.
A fugitive from justice.
Vanessa wouldn't be a fugitive. And why would she be arrested? I mean, she hasn't had court recently except for change a lawyer.
She would do a fugitive thing so she could, add to her greatest story of all time and make this, instead of a one season series, it can go to become a 2-season series,
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to have extra seasons.
Because Netflix is, they're waiting. You know, they got their pen out, they got the contract out, they're just waiting. Like, all right, Vanessa, when are we going to sign this thing? We got to put the cast together.
Yeah, I don't want to know who's going to play me.
Who's going to play Bam? Who would play Bam? I'm going to say.
I'm not a Rodford Redford kind of guy.
Hey, have some fun with this one. Who would you guys pick to play Bam in the greatest story ever told? The VT Chronicles.
What's up, Kate?
Who would that be?
Kate wants me to play myself. You're right, Kate. Nobody can do Bam like Bam.
Oh, see, that could work.
That could work.
That could work. I already said who I want to play me. So if they come through with that, I'll sign the rights away.
Jim Carrey to play Bam. Oh, Tammy, no. I don't like Jim Carrey. I hate that guy with a passion.
Jim Carrey to play Bam? No, I was thinking I forget that dude's name. He was in the Bruce Willis movie where his face kind of opened up. He was a robot or something. And the Bruce Willis, or they're on Mars. Somebody help me out here with the movie, damn it. I think it was Bruce Willis, wasn't it?
I don't think Bruce Willis has ever been in space.
Johnny Robots, the robot cab driver.
Oh, there you go. I like Vin Diesel. Yeah, he is sexy. I'm right there with you, Carol. Hell yeah. I'd have to go and check out the placement of all the tattoos, though. So I'd have to, we'd have to do a full body inspection.
Chris Tucker to play Bam. That would be epic.
Yeah, we'd have to do a full body inspection on that one, too.
Oh, man. George Lopez to play. No. I already said who I want. That's Mr. Esai Morales.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yep.
I don't think he could. I don't know.
Well, the big question is who's going to play Vanessa?
Ooh. I hate to say it, but I got to go with Selma Hayek. Just because I love her so much. I love Selma Hayek. I love her.
Then why would you do this to her if you love her so much? No. Come on.
Because she's got the hair.
I'm thinking Kathy Bates.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking Melissa McCarthy.
No, Melissa's too funny. Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, J-Lo could pull off a VT.
Benicio del Toro. Hey, John, I'm okay with that, too. I'm okay with that.
John Goodman. I think John Goodman could do me.
Hey, there you go. John Goodman.
Ricky Lake. Yes. Ricky Lake for Vanessa.
Oh, man. Amber Heard. Oh, my goodness. Amber Heard. Ugh.
Roseanne.
Dude, you want to see Netflix crash if they announce Amber Heard is playing Vanessa? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's funny.
How would that work? Because they're both like the same person.
Ooh, I know who we get to play me. James Franco.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. No more. I get the same thing. Misery. That's why I say Kathy Bates. There's so many times you get this creepy. If you haven't seen the movie Misery, you got to check that one out. You'll understand.
Oh, I love that movie.
Kevin James. There you go, buddy.
Kevin James.
Is
that
the King of Queens?
Okay. Yeah, he's funny.
Man, this is all fun. Maybe let's get to the video and we'll keep playing. We'll keep playing this game throughout the video. Alrighty, this is from Tuesday, September the 6th. One of the last few videos. I went to look to download what she did, I think Wednesday, but it's gone. So she deleted it. I wonder why.
She's deleting videos.
She's deleting videos.
There must be some something in there that can there's some evidence there that can convict her on something.
Or something. Maybe she said a little too much.
That's possible. Ooh,
we got the Zen music in the background here. At least it's not that loud this time.
Oh, she's gonna put me to sleep. Oh.
She's putting everybody in a trance.
Hello, 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 Vanessa Tijerina here.
So this other chick, have you guys been? Some of you been watching Heather? I don't know her last name or what she goes by. Heather is one who's got that healing page.
No.
She's been on lately. Short hair, blonde. She's got Vanessa vibes also.
Oh, and since you mentioned chick, I was cruising the internet today, and I came across this woman, and I wanted to tag you in it, and then I had kids come on the bus, and I couldn't do it. But there's this woman, 70 years old, 70, has the body of a 20-year-old. And she is doing things of a 20-year-old. And she is getting so much hate from people for the clothes that she wears, the activities that she does.
Is it somebody online or somebody you know?
Oh, that's somebody online that I came across. So, I mean, if somebody else has seen the same woman, she's 70 years old, really long hair. And she showed her face. I mean, she looked like she was in her 40s. And she's proud to say she's 71 years old. And she gets so much hate from the things that she does and the clothes that she wears. I would love to find this woman and get her on here so we could talk to her.
Oh, man. Let's get a name or direct me that way, and I'll see what I can dig up.
Because, I mean, the little 3 or 4 minutes that I actually got to watch her was extremely interesting. And I wish I could have tagged you or saved it somehow, but I couldn't.
So you're not going to be able to find it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because it was a Facebook thing, and you know how Facebook works. You see a video or something, and then when you go back to find it, poof, it's gone.
Well, that Heather woman who's been on Facebook doing lives also, Vanessa vibes. She does this thing with the music in the background.
Hello, everybody. I know this is a little
the same thing, victim and all that stuff.
I needed to raise awareness. I just shared a post right now.
Oh, you did?
And I want to expand on it.
Okay.
I knew about this since earlier today, but I refrained from doing so because, of course, today was the first day back for students at Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District. The reason why that's important, if you don't know yet, is that on May 24th of 2020, an 18-year-old gunman waltzed in easily, accessed the inside of Robb Elementary School.
The virtue signaling makes me sick. Like when she's about to say something, but it chokes her up. Like, if there's something I really don't like, it's phony ass fake people. I really don't like that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
Unobstructed through an antiquated door
with the alligator tears.
No perimeter fence, no working perimeter fence. Traversed the grass to get into an antiquated door that was never fixed, never maintained. And he beelined to rooms 111 and 112. One of the doors of those two adjoining rooms was noted to have had a faulty locking mechanism, and it was common knowledge. He rained fire on those two rooms. 19 children lost their lives. 2 educators lost their lives. 17 others were injured, and 1 million hearts were broken all over the world. From the beginning, I got a lot of hate. But as with so many other issues, I knew that those victims were failed. Without a doubt. I knew it.
I know. Sometimes I get tired of answering the question, why do you stream her if she's so phony or boring or whatever?
But and she can be boring sometimes.
Oh, a lot of times
Yeah.
she can be, and you'll notice for those who watch all the time, who watch my programs all the time, I'll go days without streaming her, and when I can tell it's a lot of the same repetitive or just blah nothing, I won't show it. The reason I stream her is because this one is I'll call her a career candidate. She's run for office before, lost, thank goodness, and she's going to run again. She has said she's going to run again, and I don't want anyone like this representing my state of Texas right now, or any other community here as well. So I just want people to see who this is and what she's all about. I don't have to dig too much because she does videos and kind of she shows who she is on her own. So I watch this. Sometimes Bam joins me, and we provide commentary. We try to debunk whatever she talks about.
I'm basically here for shock value.
Bam's a shock value guy. So yeah, that's why. Basically, I like to say I'm providing a public service, and it is a public interest story. You know, people want to hear what she's got to say. They want to hear what she's got to say. And a lot of people are blocked. They would go to her page directly. But she's got half the planet blocked.
Yeah, she does. For the most hated woman on the planet, she blocks 90% of everybody on the planet.
The self-proclaimed most hated woman in America. Yeah, she blocks a lot of them. So people can't watch her. And, you know, the only venue they have to watch what she's got to say is when I stream her. That's all I'm going to say about that. Mostly everyone here already knows that story. And I thank you all. So if you have any questions on it, just drop it in the comment, and I'm sure they will be answered quickly.
And I hope that today's confirmation is the beginning of reform of law enforcement in Texas. Texas is going to be the hardest state of the entire nation for reform to occur. And it's sad that the example of the worst behaving officers, exactly. We thought that for nearly 100 years that especially Black folks were being targeted by police. We already knew that there was a culture of corruption, a culture of brutality, a culture of violence. Brutality means you didn't have to go that far. We already knew that they acted when they shouldn't have acted.
She's going to keep on with the, you know, something went very wrong that day. But she wants to crucify the entire law enforcement community on the planet. That's not how you do that.
Children that were screaming. And until the day that the public was released the audio, I don't think any of y'all have actually heard the children screaming. Remember, the audio of the officers that stood in the hallway was completely, it was muted.
Let's see.
It was muted and only words were shown. Because children were actively screaming. Which meant they were alive. 19 officers were in that hallway. 19 officers failed to move. They knelt down on their knee. They leaned against a wall.
You mean knelt on their knees?
It makes it sound like they were sitting on their asses doing nothing.
Yeah.
While these children screamed for help.
Okay, so
and they heard every word of the screams.
Gonna say this again. For those of you who haven't heard it or not up to speed with the timeline and all that, from the moment he exits, or I think when he crashes a truck, the gunman crashed his truck into the ditch outside the property, the school property. And it's something like within the first inside of 5 minutes, he had crashed his truck, grabbed his bags, crossed the parking lot, shot at the building, and then made his way inside, entered the classroom, and that's when I think Bam and I counted that time 120 some kind of rounds.
Yeah.
So it's my opinion that most of the massacre happened in the first less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And yes, maybe some people were alive and bleeding out. I hope not, but that's very possible. And could some lives have been saved? Probably. But to suggest that they were shooting and he was killing for an hour and 20 minutes or whatever they say that timeline is, it's just not true. And once you watch that tape, you'll see that the majority of the shooting happens in that first 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear some maybe 5 or 10 pops later on, and we assume, we don't know, we assume that's the shooter actually shooting at the police
right
down the hallway, but we don't know.
Because some police officers finally, a few minutes later, they made their way and went down the hall. And then you can hear some gunfire exchange, and then they ran back. So, yeah, he was not there killing people for an hour and a half. That's not what happened. Did something go wrong with leadership and who should have made a move or what they should have done? Probably. However,
I'm going to go with hell, yeah.
Yeah. However, still, and that there was not a police officer that arrived on the scene until about 4 minutes later. And by that time, he was already done with the majority of that massacre.
And nobody really knew who was in charge, if it was the Uvalde school cop or if it was an actual city cop or a sheriff. Nobody knew who was in charge. Nobody.
What was the chain of command? What was it supposed to be? Just the school board police? The school police? The city? The county? What's the deal? And that is where the ball got dropped.
Yeah.
Instead of somebody taking charge, just nothing happened for a while. And that is messed up in itself.
Cries were heard. They did not count on 17 survivors. They didn't. That little boy that just went to school today, whose story I shared 2 posts below this one. Those officers that stood there for 19 hours.
Thanks for the cash
let
app.
me just put it into perspective for you.
Yeah, it's very true. Somebody said it there. You know what? She's pissed off at all the police. Not a thing about the shooter. Everything is about the police, not about the shooter who killed,
Yeah, it's not the shooter's fault that he's there. It's the police's fault that the shooter is there. Is where she's making it come from.
So her focus has been misguided from day one.
Yeah.
And not that we want to say the shooter's name or keep mentioning him or talk about him as, like you hear, oh, he was a nice kid. Oh, he was a nice guy. Nobody wants to do that.
They're all nice kids. They're all nice guys.
The other problem is, okay, how would you handle this? So the shooter's dead, right? None of the funeral homes in Uvalde want to touch him. They don't want to service him. Should there be some kind of, whether it's state or county, what do you call it? How do you call that?
I would think that
like a mandated location where if nobody wants to touch him, well, bring him to the city morgue and we'll deal with him there or something.
Yeah, I would think that the city would. I mean, he has, even though he's a complete asshole and jerk, he has the right to be buried.
Yeah, but can you blame them for not wanting to?
Oh, not at all. I couldn't blame them at all. No. But I guess you would have to actually go to the next closest city and have services there. But even so, I mean, he has the right to be buried, and the family of his has the right to mourn his death.
Yeah.
Whether it's justified or not, everybody has the right to be buried, and everybody has the right to mourn a family member.
Yeah, so you know what? It's a touchy situation because even though he's this person who did a horrible thing, he should at least, at the bare minimum, cremation or have his body cremated or something like that. Or I don't know. Yeah, that is a touchy thing. Regardless of how you feel about him.
Yeah, I mean it is touchy, and yeah,
I don't blame them for not.
I don't either.
Those 19 officers never counted on that little boy surviving. You do know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You do know that, right?
They never counted on a survivor.
And I know what I'm up against because I've been up against it for 7 years. So I knew what they were up against.
Oh, my goodness. Now she's going to compare herself to... See, and this is where I have the problem.
I have a problem. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow doesn't cover this right now. Vanessa, you cannot compare yourself to the 19 people that were killed by this maniac in Uvalde school. You don't compare.
Wow. And I heard, okay, slightly off topic. There's a guy under investigation. His name is Grant Cardone. Anybody know who he is?
No.
He's like a multi-millionaire from Miami, real estate, teaching people how to do real estate, this or that, kind of shady kind of thing. But
okay,
dude makes millions and millions of dollars. He's under investigation right now for doing some shady investments and what he did with his money and with the shareholders and stockholders or whatever. So they showed a clip of his defending himself from a video, and oh my goodness, talk about parallels to Vanessa.
Oh, are they siblings there?
And he's a Scientologist on top of everything else too. He's a Scientologist. So I'm going to dig up that clip later, and you're going to go, whoa, man, these people.
And I know what I'm up against making this video as well. Right now, we all know we know. I'm sure many of us are glad that the shooter no longer is able to breathe, no longer is this and that, right? Yes. This video is about how real life heroes failed. That's what this video is about.
Oh.
Let's wrangle that in. I'm not gonna let this go anywhere else but right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna go nowhere else but right there. That's all this is gonna be.
I find that hard to believe, but okay.
That's all this is. This video is just about that. That's it. Nothing else. This is not about the shooter. This is not about the shooter. There was...
Yet it should be. It should be. You know, it should be. Why did he do it? Why? What was on his mind? I mean, we'll never know now. And that's one of the reasons sometimes you want to keep these people alive and not shoot them, not kill them, because you want to try to... What the hell was he thinking?
This is going to come out wrong, but, you know, if it was not for the shooter, Vanessa would not have anything to talk about for the past, 8 weeks, 10 weeks?
Yeah, 3 months, pretty much.
Yeah. She would not have had anything to talk about, and she would not have been able to blame the cops.
Yeah, she found herself a nice, big, juicy target.
Yeah, she did. And I don't mean it to come out the way that it did, but I hope everybody's there with me.
We get it. We get it.
And had that been 19 parents of those children in room 111 and room 112 that failed to act in the way that those officers failed to act, this is why the shooter doesn't matter right now. This is why we have to remember that there was more than one criminal there that day. There was 19 criminals in that
Wow,
hallway.
she's calling them blatant criminals. She just
Yep.
came out and said it.
Yep, all those cops are criminals.
And this one, who's in a heap of trouble with legally.
Well, you know what they say? It takes one criminal to know another one. Oh, did I say that out loud? I guess I did.
And this one wants to, she's going to be in and out of the court system and dealing with law enforcement. And do you think it's a good career move to poop all over the cops, all over all law enforcement?
When she does, too.
Yeah.
And one in the classroom. I'm going to repeat that. There was 19 criminals in the hallway of Robb Elementary School.
Where's my Greta Thunberg? How dare you?
How dare you? I love Greta.
She called every one of those cops criminals.
She did. Every last one of them.
Man.
Now, granted, there was a lot gone wrong that day, and I even said it that day, that there's a lot gone wrong there. But they're not criminals, Vanessa. A criminal goes out and steals things. A criminal goes out and robs people. A criminal goes out and beats people. A criminal goes out and does crack. A criminal goes out and defunds state resources.
There's a difference between a certain level of incompetence and being a criminal.
Exactly.
And one in the classroom. One has already been neutralized, received his punishment by the universe.
The universe.
The other 19 have not received any punishment and have not been held accountable for sitting in that hallway for nearly 1 hour while children screamed. And if you have not heard the video, do you really have to hear it in order for you to understand? Whoever it is that's watching this, who's ever in denial of it.
Well, there's only one person in denial here.
Still backing the blue.
Yeah, who's in denial of what? What is she talking about?
She's saying that if you haven't seen the video, you're in denial.
Oh, man.
Hey, Christopher.
She's really pushing hard for something.
An insane. Judge, you got to forgive me. I'm insane.
Right? Yeah,
I got proof. I got 7 years of video proof. I'm sorry, that was mean.
Lots of evidence.
Any one of you that has any doubt that there was more than one criminal that day at Robb Elementary School, what do you have to hear? The proof is there.
Proof is in the pudding.
If there was one cry letting you know that one life was still in there, there was one heart still beating other than the shooters, then that means you don't do what you did that day. You don't. No, they're not. And let me give you a little of what is happening.
Give it to me, baby.
This is the beginning. And I knew that my fear was the message that was going to be sent. Look at what happened to the principal.
What happened?
The principal was allowed to keep her job, and she was given a promotion.
Oh, she was promoted?
Obviously, in the minds of many of the parents of the victims, and in the minds of many of us in the public, and it matters, because if you work in a school district that gets state funding or federal funding, that's all our business. That's all our business, because that could be any school in Texas. And the message that Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District gave the rest of Texas and the rest of the United States was this: you can be the principal at a school that failed to even update and maintain the outer doors. couldn't even bother to make sure that the locking mechanisms were working, couldn't even fix a door that was known, had common knowledge, whose locking mechanism was broken.
She went down this road before.
And then when it all blows up in your face, you want to start blaming everybody else but yourself. The message that they gave America was that you can be a principal that is that bad, and you can not only keep your job, you will get a raise. And not only that, even after you have proven to fail 500 plus survivors, 500 plus survivors that were evacuated, 17 that were wounded and survived, 19 that lost their lives, and 2 educators.
Just keeps repeating that over and over and over again.
Well, she's got to drill it in.
You know, she talks like she knows every single point that she was there, and she knows everything that the principal does. That particular principal.
Well, she was there. She had an out-of-body experience during this whole entire ordeal. And she's seen it from above, watching it. So she knows firsthand what the hell happened. Like Christopher says, it's just her opinion.
Yeah, you should watch. You should watch the lives I did right after that, May 24th, May 25th, May 26th. She's talking like she was there. I mean, she was there. And they should have done this, and they should have done that, and they're supposed to do this, and active shooter protocol, which is not a thing, by the way.
Yeah, she knows it all. I mean, she is 100% on Johnny on the fracking spot.
Yeah.
That not only did you fail that population of students, general population, you will now get a raise, and you will now be in charge of even more vulnerable students. Special ed students. That's our Texas right now. No, I'm not kidding. This is not an exaggeration. You all should know by now. You all should know by now. In the beginning, 5 years ago, people would say she's making a big deal out of nothing. And as time went on, people understood this is not a big deal. I'm sorry, this is a big deal. This is not something to ignore. Do we have somebody already here opposing? Let me know, because I'm not even looking at the comments right now.
I find that really hard to believe.
Oh, you're talking about the principal. Okay.
She's not looking at the comments, please. That's all she does is look at the comments.
Let me let you know how
she strives on haters.
That the Department of Justice, I was so afraid, that the DPS was not going to do the right thing. My eyes zoned in on one trooper.
Here we go.
She has never been to Uvalde. Because believe me, had she gone, we wouldn't hear the end of it. I promise you that much.
Here we go. She's going to point out that one cop. I guarantee you, it's going to be that one that was leaning against the wall with his gun kind of pointed down. And he was all about saving his family and screw everybody else.
Yep.
This is when she's going to point out.
Because I recognized him from my youth.
She recognized him from her youth.
If that one trooper is not one of these 5 troopers, are you kidding me? He had a front row seat to be a hero, and he wasn't. He was one of those 19 criminals other than the shooter that was there in the hallway that day. If you're just tuning in, I'm about to read you a report. I waited all day long to do this. I waited to the very end. I didn't want to take any attention away from the first day of school at Uvalde. And Texas is, oh my goodness. Did you see how many people supported Uvalde? That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Photographic memory. Cue the photographic memory.
The fact that that many people supported Uvalde makes me wonder if the people that support Uvalde, if they understand also that those children and those 2 educators were failed. They didn't have to die. And they died.
See,
when you hear those children sing that song.
Just constant.
There's one verse.
The victim part of this is something she's got to keep going over and over and over.
Watch. Every single time I hear it, I
comes a time when we hear and call, when the world must come together as one.
This is We Are the World.
There are people dying,
Yep.
and it's time to lend a hand to
Gotta turn that down too, because that's a copyright strike or infringement technically.
Yeah. It sure is.
Actually, I'm not sure if it is. I just want to be safe.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, what's she trying to do with the song here? I mean, prove that people doesn't care.
For help will not be in vain.
Oh, there you have it.
So their cries for help will not be in vain. One more time.
No, one more time.
That is the most striking. Those officers stood in that hallway.
Hey, Flo.
For nearly 1 hour and allowed exactly what these children are singing to occur. The cries for help of those children were ignored. If for the sake of the parents, the media muted their children screaming, crying for help, actively dying, in order to not re-traumatize the parents, common sense tells you the officers that were in that hallway heard that which was muted to the parents. Their cries were in vain. Their cries for help were in vain. Do not tell me that they didn't know about 911 calls when they heard what was muted for the parents. Everybody seems to be ignoring this. It is September. It's about to be October. It's going to be cops for tots. You know that they're going to be out there trying to make you forget about all of it, because they're going to up the ante and they're going to give you all kinds of stuff they're going to give away. But none of them are holding their own officers accountable. And the only reason that the DPS, I'm about to read you the article right now, the only reason that the DPS is holding them accountable is because it is the DPS.
Oh, well, there you have that. Okay, Vanessa.
The city of Uvalde holding them accountable? No.
She Antifa. And she might be. You don't know.
that 5 of their officers, I hope it's all 5. I hope it's all 5. I hope there was only 5 DPS officers in that hallway that day, which means, yes, they're holding them all accountable. What of the other ones that were in the hallway? What of Arredondo? Why is your district attorney not charging him? Why haven't the Texas Rangers not have seen? The Texas Rangers is an elite section of the DPS. If the DPS has decided that they are going to put some of their officers on leave, like I'm about to read to you, without pay,
She is.
after determining that their actions are questionable, then why hasn't the elite investigative section of the DPS, who literally just did this to their own troopers that were in the hallway, to their own officers, why hasn't the Texas Rangers or your Uvalde County district attorney not seen the same in action, needing the same kind of investigation, a criminal investigation?
What did I miss?
Yeah. Well, either a lot or very little.
They can fight
It all
the
depends on
hell
how
they
you want
want.
to look at it.
Of
She
course they're
wasn't
gonna
singing,
fight
was
it.
she? Was she
You're gonna have
singing?
to
She was
fight
not
it. You're not gonna
singing.
be
Thank
able
you,
to just sit
Jesus.
back. You're gonna fight it, especially if you. Let me tell you, when I tell you that the officer that I recognized there from my childhood absolutely knows 100% about this deep-seated corruption in law enforcement.
She recognizes those officers from her
They
childhood,
got a
all of them.
shot at defending themselves. Yeah, they do.
She recognizes them?
Yeah, she just said it.
Nearly 400 officers failed outside of the school, failed to even go look inside a window. Come on now.
Come on, now. Now she's Joe Biden.
From
Come on,
18
man.
different
Come on,
agencies
man.
Of every level.
Hey,
up
Care
to
Bear.
federal. Of course they're going to fight it. I'd fight it too. If I was part of the corruption, I'd fight it too. Because I knew I had a 50-50 chance, if not better, than winning. They have corruption on their side. The rest of us, we only have hope, faith, and love. That's all we have.
And love. That's all we have.
That's all we have. But that is stronger than any evil on this earth.
Mm.
It is stronger than any evil on this earth.
So this is what you call a malignant narcissist. So besides the basic traits of a narcissist, she has extra traits.
Oh.
And those traits are that she's evil and mean and can be very nasty, which she has documented. She has shown that she can be.
Oh, yeah. I seen her blow up at a DHS woman.
Yeah.
Or no, it was a man. There's a woman and a man there.
Yeah.
Vanessa.
Marjorie Beckwith says if one of the cops had a child that was killed, one of the officers did have a child that was killed. And one of the officers had a wife that was killed.
So her claim was, for those who don't know, I know we got to keep rehashing this thing. Her claim was that this police officer took other officers and said, hey, quit doing what you're doing. Let's go in and rescue my kid and my wife.
Yeah. Valuable resources is how she puts it.
Yeah. She keeps pushing that that's what he did. When in fact, and this is fact, I spoke to the dude myself, Oscar. when he was on his way and he heard about all this, his wife called him and said, "We're okay. We're across the street. Don't worry about us. Do what you got to do." So he didn't have to rescue his wife. He didn't have to rescue his kid. None of that what she's saying about this happened.
But according to Miss Vanessa, yeah, time to growl and sound
They
like a
held
big
both
old
of them
bear.
back. They didn't allow the husband of the wife, the educator who passed away, who called 911 saying, "Please help me," who called her husband, "Please come help me."
And then that's another story. First, she was saying, "Oh, the guy's there, police officer's there on his phone. He's busy checking his phone instead of paying attention to what's going on." When it turns out, he was texting with his wife trying to find out if she was okay. And she ended up being one that passed away. But he was there texting her. That's why he had his phone out. And when all this first came out, she was, "Oh, look at him." And everybody did. Oh, look, he's on his phone. He's worried about his phone instead of being worried about what's going on in there. And that's why you don't rush to judgment.
Yeah, because, well, then you end up looking like an ass.
This is the page of common sense, because common sense is not so common anymore.
It's really not.
And who's gonna just look at the 10-second clip and he's he's like looking up Google or something, that he's not focused on what's going on? Why would you even think that? Why would you even think that?
Yeah, they should have actually taken
You
that
can
one
hear them
cop out
say-
of the situation.
And he's the officer that they were kind of holding back.
Yeah.
They were holding him by his vest, trying to keep him calm, and they didn't want him to run in there and possibly in another victim, right?
Right. They're like, we know what you want to do, and we support you in that, but we can't let you.
Yeah. Plus, there was nobody in charge, and they, I don't know. Maybe they should have let him go. Who knows what would happen? Still, most of the killing happened within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So this was way after. So I don't think it would have made a difference. Perhaps one or two might have been alive and bleeding out. I hope not, but that's possible. So
I mean, we can all speculate and go, well, if he did go charging in there, the hour-long ordeal would have been 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
we don't. Nobody knows.
yeah.
Hey, no, come back. You can't go forward. And he tells them she's in there. He knew that nobody was moving their asses to go and save his wife. He knew it was an active shooting scenario. Everybody in the hallway, that is the point that made them criminals. The minute that they knew that there was lives in there other than the shooter. Lives, not souls, lives. Beating hearts, a beating heart. Even if there was one heart, one lung.
No, see, she just keeps on with the I call it virtue signaling. She wants to keep on the beating hearts, the people alive, the victims, and all, just shoving that in your face. It's like
she's just laying that chocolate on thicker and thicker and thicker.
Yeah. Is the kind of thing the families want to hear. The community of Uvalde wants to hear this. I mean, that's what she's thriving on, is by rubbing that in your face and just, playing that victim card on their behalf.
They were alive in there. Obviously, 17 survivors. As soon as they heard somebody else in there other than the shooter, and they failed to charge at the door, what they should have been doing the entire time was to neutralize the shooter, and they failed. They all failed.
I'll say it again. It doesn't matter, because everything happened in the first 5 minutes before most law enforcement even got there.
Yeah, and they were down the one hallway in the video wasn't the hallway that the shooter was in. They were in a completely different hallway. So I want to say, bitch, you don't know what was going on in that other hallway. Stop acting like you do.
Yep. And with the exception, again, of those that were perhaps injured and maybe they could have been saved. They were bleeding. With the exception of those few, everybody was already gone. Everybody had perished within the first 4.5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
5 minutes. So it would have made a difference. If 1,000 police officers were there outside, it would not have.
19 students and 2 educators did not have to die.
Just keeps on rubbing
They
it
did
in.
not have to die. Don't give me the excuse. Don't give me the excuse that 500 were evacuated. 500 would have been evacuated.
Well, but 500 lives were
When you
saved.
couldn't even
but you
jiggle the damn doorknob.
Okay.
And you couldn't even look through the damn outside window, even as children were being evacuated out of those very same kind of windows. You have no excuses.
The window thing now.
None.
Is there tent on the window so you can't
None.
see in? Our schools are like that up here.
Have you ever looked into a house on a sunny day from the outside, trying to look into the window?
You
don't see
really
anything.
can't.
All you see is dark shadow black. It's all you see
Yeah.
in there. So this one, you don't know what you're talking about. I said it before. What you don't know could fill a book.
Domingo, she's not yet. Well, she's a kook. Plus a lot of other things there, but you're not far off, my friend.
I'm going to read you the article.
Oh my God.
Oh boy, here you go. See?
Let me prepare because I gotta cry. I gotta wipe away the tears.
Yeah, it'd be very emotional.
This is a very emotional moment for me.
Audzi, she was not there when this first happened. The day after, she went on her soapbox and started criticizing all law enforcement. I mean, calling them out by name. And they should have done this, they should have done that, telling them how they should have done their job. Obviously, later we found out there was a huge breakdown in communication and nobody took the lead, nobody took charge. But for her to go there like she was there, I mean, it was like she was there. And she's not a fan of law enforcement and
White women.
Or white women, white people. Yeah, very true.
She don't like white women at all.
And you'll hear that in some of the other videos. It's fascinating to watch, and incredible that there are people like this around.
This was put out by KHOU, Houston News 11 News. It's the author of this is 2 authors of this article is Drew Knight with a K and Tony Plohetsky. This was published at around 3:30 and they updated it at 7 o'clock, 4 hours later. Who's laughing at this? 1 second before I go on. I'm not going to have no kind of bullshit on.
See, sometimes.
Hey, Irma. Kim, Robin.
She has attention issues.
Yes, she does. ADD.
And for those of you who don't know her, if you go to her page and try to engage with her, you better be careful.
She'll block you.
Yeah.
Like that.
She'll call you out.
You're a hater.
And you can't even say, oh, this is a, what did she say? How do you say it? It's a sincere question. Or what do you call that? You can't ask one of those because she'll question your motives.
Common sense question.
Common sense question. She'll block you. She will ridicule you. She'll go to your page and start showing your profile pictures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
A form of.
Where'd you get off questioning me? You have no right. How dare you?
How dare you?
I mean, serious. No kind of bullshit. None.
So now she's distracted by somebody said something to the contrary on her comments, and she's got to address that. She has to.
Oh, yeah, she has
At
to.
all. You can leave. This is not about that. You are not going to come over here and literally take away from this important message. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Virtue
this important
signaling.
message.
She is a virtue signaler. That's even such a term, but you know what I mean. Oh, how dare you? No, you're not going to come here and say something negative. But no.
Dare you?
Like,
We need to
who the
make
hell do you
Greta's
think you are?
thing. Just how dare you?
That
Yeah.
you did
write
a little
that.
fake profile, didn't you? I'm just very curious. And who had the nerve to do this?
Oh, and then when if she's in her car, she's got a little pen and pad, and she'll make a note and she'll write down your screen name so that later she can go and block you or check out your profile and all that stuff. And that's what she's doing right now. She's taking this, and if you like a comment that she doesn't agree with, just to
look
acknowledge
out.
it, you know how you like it sometimes? She will go back and look at everybody who acknowledged or everybody who laughed, and then she'll go and she'll.
And then it's Block Party City.
By the way, Manny's merch, you get your Block Party t-shirt. Starting on Tuesday, it's free shipping. So I'll post that later.
Just like Beto said, I don't think this is funny, motherfucker. Yeah. When he was speaking about Uvalde at a rally, someone did exactly that. But instead of laughing at my post or laughing at a post, they heckled him in public. And I'll tell you one thing, if I'm giving something at a rally and you think you're going to heckle me, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to make sure that the spotlight is right on you. In fact, I'm going to make sure that I have my people make sure you got a spotlight up there, because the minute that we have a heckler, I want the spotlight right on him or her.
Ooh, I'm scared.
And just the way that Beto told that heckler whenever he was speaking about the tragedy of Uvalde, I don't think this is funny, motherfucker. Is the same thing that I'm telling you, whoever you are. And you know what? Let me just get the name of your profile so I can just tell you myself before I go on. Dated it at 7 o'clock. I'm from Texas. I'm not going to take this bullshit from you. Are you kidding me? These are children that died. Oh.
So strong, Vanessa. So strong you are. So brave.
You knew enough to remove it, didn't you? Or you blocked yourself, didn't you? Let me try another way. Don't be doing that. If you don't know by now that I'm serious about this kind of, yeah, I can laugh. Yeah, I can do all kinds of other stuff. But no, not with this. You're not going to play around with this. Not with me. You're going to help me. I'm just serious about this kind of, yeah, I can laugh. Yeah. Let me try.
You'll like that I just sent you.
Let me make sure that you completely remove that laugh.
Oops.
I don't play with this. Hell no.
How dare you? 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 How dare you?
Oh my God. That's good.
Yeah, it is. That makes you cry. Oh, sorry,
I'll be right
guys.
with you, y'all. Just let me make sure that this person didn't just block me, that they actually removed it. Oh, you did. Good for you.
Good for you.
All right, we carry on.
And that's why some of her videos can last
Days.
Yeah.
She's got what, a 12-hour long video?
She was it no like 7 or 8 hours, whatever that was, right?
Days.
7 or 8 hours. And if you take out all the her fighting with her people in the comments, you probably got about a 2-hour show. She spends so much time looking at the comments and fighting with everybody there, and just
Yeah, and then looking up the profiles and going, oh, look at this person. Look how ugly they are. Filter.
Yep. So she can't focus, and she wants to be a politician. I don't know. Maybe she'll fit right in. Who knows?
One more time. This was sent out today. This is the The name of this article is 5 Texas DPS officers to be investigated in Uvalde school shooting response. Why is the investigation of this response so important? Because one more time, they did the 100% complete opposite that they have been taught to do in an active shooter scenario. But Vanessa, it was a barricaded subject. Quit believing the damn lies, y'all.
Yeah.
They lost.
He was barricaded. He was like vanished because he was behind doors. I don't know if it was a closet or another classroom or where he was.
But yet, and here's some common sense. Just because you're trained in one situation doesn't mean every single situation is going to be 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, the same over and over and over. Everything's going to be different.
Every single time. You could do this same scenario 10 times.
And it's going to be 10 different
results. Yeah.
But no, that's too much common sense for her to figure out or to handle or think of. I don't know. How dare you?
Yeah, and the failure was in leadership for somebody to say, all right, this is what we're doing. But nobody did that. Everybody was just looking at each other. So there was a breakdown.
Oh, absolutely.
That's for sure.
Scenario. But Vanessa, it was a barricaded subject. Quit believing the damn lies, y'all.
Yeah.
They lied to you. They lied to the governor. They lied to the public. They lied to everybody. It was never a barricaded subject. And even if one piddly little told anybody, I'm sure that they got reprimanded like no one's business. How the hell are you going to let a chief of police from a damn school, ni que si fuera Houston, a small town school, how the hell are you going to let him dictate what you in the DPS, an employee of the DPS, an officer of the DPS who climbed all those ranks to get into the DPS? How are you going to allow that man to tell you that that's a barricaded subject when there's no damn way you did not hear the screams of those children and those educators crying for help? No.
Eilish.
Those 19 officers were criminals because they allowed those children to be sacrificed so that those 19 officers could go home to their 19 families. That's why they didn't charge that room. Those 19 officers cared more about making it home to their own families than they cared about those 17 victims that survived, who they underestimated their survivability.
Yeah, they underestimated that 17 people were going to survive that. But where do you come up with this shit? I mean, what do you do? Just pull it out of your ass? Let me pull this out of my ass.
A meathead.
Oh my God, she's not fucking right.
Dumbass. You know, what if you don't, I think it was 2 weeks, maybe a week, maybe it was somewhere in a 2-week range before I even started talking about it. And when I was talking about it, I didn't speak like if I was there. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. They say this, and the reports were wrong.
Yeah, this one. I mean, she was, like I said, out of body experience. She was hovering over it, watching it like it happened, like she was a ghost.
She wants to make it look like she knows every detail.
When in all reality, she doesn't know shit.
Don't know a damn thing. Because she was not there, and neither was I. So if I don't know anything, you don't know anything.
Vanessa, pull your head out your ass.
All she's doing
showing your ass
is regurgitating information that she'll read an article, and she'll hear an interview.
Yeah.
And then she takes that and she runs with it. Great journalisming. Yeah.
Journalism, is that a word?
Journalisming, yeah.
It's a word now, damn it.
19 that lost their lives, the children and the 2 educators. They didn't care that those 2 educators, those 19 victims and the 17 survivors, They didn't care if they were ever going to be able to go back home and hug their families at the end of the day. All those 19 officers cared about was that they did not get nicked, they did not get maimed, they did not get scratched, they did not get nothing, and that they were going to be able to walk out of that damn building, walk off that campus, and get to their homes nice and safe. That's why those children were sacrificed.
You know, I would have believed that if you would have ended it with a fist pound on a table. But you didn't. You couldn't.
She says these things with such conviction.
And the fist pounding on the table would have just gave it that extra oomph right up the ass.
And the people that don't know her, who really, just because you've been following her since then, it doesn't mean you know her. You know, she wants to keep you away from her past. This is what she wants you to see. Only this right here.
And I mean, how can you not watch this and go, you talk like you're there? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, we've already had a few people tonight saying, oh, was she there or was she just stating opinion? Has she been there? Did she go there? Was she there?
I don't even know if she knows how to spell the damn city.
This is true.
If there is no accountability,
You have nothing.
then if we already know that the message given to Texas and the United States regarding that principal that they failed to demote, that they failed to fire, that they promoted, and that they basically applauded.
Okay, so
And they
they
allowed
put the
her to be in
principal
charge.
on leave for a week, I think it was, where they did an investigation. And they found that the principal did everything she was supposed to do. I believe it was a woman, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought so. Did everything she was supposed to do to the letter.
Pretty much.
And this one is, oh, she failed. She failed. But they promoted her. They gave her a raise. Okay, first of all, I don't think she got a promotion. Raise, probably. You get a raise every year. That's how it works in the school district.
I think they moved her to a different department.
So moved her laterally.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a promotion, Vanessa. If you're moved laterally, that means, well, here, so you can see it, like this. Straight across. One school to the next. Same position.
Yeah. For those new followers of Vanessa's, before you pledge your undying loyalty to her, you should really go back and watch a lot of videos.
7 years worth.
This is not something you can do just in a couple of days over a weekend. There's a lot to watch there. And I'm not the only one who's done commentary on these videos. I mean, recently, yes, but in past, others have spoken about her videos and debunked her, or
call her what she is. She's my crackhead TV.
Showed where she was wrong and that she's lying. Most recently, back on Christmas of 2020, she was
unfortunately
somebody beat the crap out of her.
Yeah, which I would not wish on my worst enemy.
And if you go to her page, at the top of the page, she's very proud of it, is video and photos of her injuries, the aftermath. And she's got this thing now where she's blaming a bunch of people. John Allen, Jojo Malone, Ophelia Moreno, and Frank Marr.
And you.
They were there. And at one point, she named me too, but she quit doing that. And that they were all conspiring. They were all in on it. And some of them were seen like a shadowy figure. Oh, they were seen at the site of the motel. Someone saw them. And she's accused John Allen of being the mastermind and the
Sorry, I was reading some of the comments about how it stopped on her face, and just some of the comments people are talking about. Sorry.
Comments are awesome on here. I'll tell you that much. But she's blaming people. So, with the help of another page, I will send a video, and I played that video, and it's a small montage of where she talks about why that happened in a jealous fit, and her name is tattooed on some guy's back that she was dating, and basically everything. Nobody, back then she never mentioned John Allen, Georgia Malone, Ofelia Moreno, or Frank Mark. She didn't name any one of those people. She called it a bout of jealousy on somebody's part.
Yeah, see, some guy is brave enough to tattoo her name on his back. I'm brave enough to tattoo her face on my ass.
Dude
Ooh,
wants
wait
to
a second.
tattoo.
This might be a good one for the running. Save as. We're doing a screenshot right now.
Oh, okay.
Vanessa.
Oh. Remember she was talking about she's being compared to a blow-up doll?
Compared to a who?
A blow-up doll.
Oh, I do remember that. Yes.
Have you seen those blow-up dolls that they sell in the sex stores?
Yes.
And I just paused it there just randomly. I didn't select that spot.
All right. So I have Astat 1, and now I have Astat 2.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get a bunch of screenshots.
So
and
Bam is teasing everybody that
I'm not teasing. I will do it.
He wants to tattoo Vanessa's face on his ass.
I will do it. That way I can sit on her face on a daily basis.
And why do you want to do that? Because he wants to sit on her face every day.
320 pounds of ass suffocating that face? Hell yeah. No, just kidding. No, it is 320 pounds of ass, though. I don't want to suffocate her. That's mean. I'm not mean like that. But yeah, I will tattoo her face on my ass.
Let's see. We're gonna visit that later.
Anna says that's gross. Cole says, do it. Hey, and if I decide to do it, well, I've already decided to do it. But when I do it, we might do a live stream.
From the tattoo shop? Process. Oh, my goodness. Bam's ass on display.
Well, I'll make sure it's just like cheek, so you don't see ass.
Yeah, I'm sure the tattoo guy won't want to see the ass either. I'm sure
he's seen it before when he put Sebastian on it. He's
gonna tape it off.
He's seen my ass before, although it was a lot smaller then.
Of an even more vulnerable population of students when she proved herself not to be able to make sure of the welfare and the well-being of general population students. If these officers are not charged and tried in a court of law, there is
stop. Stop. Okay, Vanessa, darling, honey, sweet cheeks, whatever the fuck I'm gonna call you. They are not Eric Chauvin. They did not put their knee on anybody. Okay. All that they're guilty of is fail of communication. That's the bottom line right there. Breakdown of communication. That's the bottom line. They're not guilty of anything else. Stop acting and portraying like you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Everyone is entitled to due process.
Yes.
I mean, there's got to be an investigation, and everybody gets that right. So things will happen. I'm sure they will.
Hopefully on a daily basis. Otherwise, you get backed up. But still,
there's a process, and you can't just snap your fingers and demand this stuff right away.
Yeah.
So
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Sent to all of America, and we've already know what the message is, because look at what they've been doing to Black lives for all of these years. We know already.
Oh.
These are children. There we go. Who is that? There we go. Who's that?
There she goes, fighting with a comment.
Don't be accidentally pushing buttons and then saying you didn't know. Lady, I'm sorry. I'm going to show who you are.
Here she goes. She's gonna dox somebody.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at children dying? Why are you laughing at children dying?
Hi, Tracy.
Why are you laughing at this message? Why are you laughing? Why are you gonna get mad? Why are you laughing? You're mad at this? You're mad at this? You're mad at this?
She's showing people's kids.
You're mad at that? You're mad at that? We're mad that children died, educators died, and people like you are literally laughing. People like you. They're her. She's the one right there. No, ma'am. I'm sorry. No. No, ma'am. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Do you think it's funny now? Do you think it's funny now? No, ma'am. Alabama, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
What a miss there.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, we're
Don't be doing
showing
that.
profiles again.
Yeah.
For a
So
second there, I
now-
thought she was showing up her Barbie doll from when she was a kid.
Yeah, now she's doxing somebody who might have put the laughing emoji on a comment.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Here we go, Vanessa.
And she's accusing this woman of laughing at the children that are dead. Because that's how she's going to spin this.
Of course.
And yeah, I haven't seen her do this in quite some time, but this is her. This is the Vanessa method.
Yep, this is what she does. This is her MO.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious. For real. Don't do that.
So some of you who want to know, well, why do you stream or why? This is why.
Yeah,
What do they call that? Tit for tat?
She's all about calling us a hate page and other hate pages, but what the hell did she just do? What was that? Was that not hate?
Yet she will claim to be so faithful to divinity. She proclaimed herself to know what it's like to be Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
To know what he went through. She knows.
She does.
She knows.
I mean, hell, at the beginning of this video, she just said that she was right there with those 19 kids that died. She has gone through the same thing that those 19 kids have gone through. Y'all heard it right here in this video.
Yep.
And the first, 2 minutes of it?
Yep. The first few minutes. Yep.
Oh, Vanessa.
Of course you're going to say, how am I supposed to know the difference between you slamming on the hearts? Are you serious? There is literally 2 emoticons between the heart and the laughing emoticon. It's the thumbs up, the heart, the care, and then the laughing one. You're going to convince me that you meant to hit the heart. You went 2 emoticons all the way to the right. No, ma'am, I'm not a fool.
No, you are.
No, you're not a fool. This is the one who claims that she made a mistake tagging the hashtag Uvalde on the video TikTok that she's showing her booty and her curves. And
Yeah,
she
instead of
Uvalde.
hashtag Pisces.
Instead of hashtag Pisces, she put hashtag Uvalde. And then she came a couple days later. Oh, that was just a mistake. Don't crucify me. It was just a mistake.
Hey, mama.
No, ma'am, and you have never
No,
shown yourself
ma'am.
on this page to be positive. You just don't like that I called you out, and I called you out in a huge way.
Huge way.
Don't you come over here and tell me that you meant to slam on the hearts when we're talking about the worst massacre in Texas history, Miss Alabama. No, ma'am. This is the worst school shooting in the last 10 years in whole United States. And you're going to bring your ass to my page and you're going to laugh at this post. And then you're going to try to convince me that you meant to hit the hearts when there's literally an emoticon between the heart and the laughing emoji. No, you were called out.
You were called out, sister.
You were called out.
Don't come over here trying that bullshit.
Don't come
This
over
is to
here.
anybody.
Don't do it.
This is serious. You're not
How
going over here
dare
just
you.
trolling
How-
me. Troll me on my other ones, man. I'm not even going to block you, Lisa. I'm not going to block you, Miss Lisa Atwell Dunlap.
See,
I'm not. If you want to troll me on my other post. But
she does that. She'll say, "I'm not going to block you," and then she'll talk like around her. But then she'll say the complete profile name so that her little minions will go and start harassing these people. That's what she does.
you will not troll me on Uvalde's post. You will not. I was trying to slam on the hearts. There's a whole damn emoticon. Y'all go look and see how many emoticons is between the heart and the laughing one. Who do you think you're dealing with here, lady? No, ma'am. That is not me.
That is you. That is you to a T.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
She says, I am not negative. Look, this is the last that I'm going to give you here. I care about kids. Honestly, I did not laugh. Ma'am, literally, you're laughing emoticons right here. It's right here that you meant to hit them.
God, get a freaking grip, Vanessa. This is
Oh.
It sounds like the lady made a freaking. How often do you hit the wrong emoticon? The wrong button?
Like 10 times a day?
What does she think? She's Miss Perfect? She never makes a damn mistake?
Yeah.
Her whole life is a damn mistake right now. And this is what is. She can't focus and stay on topic. She's got to argue with people over a freaking emoticon. This is what her life is reduced to.
It's right here. When they're literally, this is right here. This is about children dying. This is about officers letting them down. Are you? You didn't hit the laugh? You didn't hit it because those are the hearts. 2 people laughed.
Vanessa.
One of them was smart enough to go ahead. The other person got too scared and took theirs off. Though I can't see the other profile. The baby girl, that's you right there. That's you right there laughing.
Vanessa.
That's you right there laughing. You're a substitute. You're a retired substitute teacher. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Do y'all think I'm a fool? Come on now.
You are a fool, and you're not.
And
you're not sorry for it.
No, we're not going to allow the mindsets. Look, if we're going to be apologizing for people that are literally laughing at this kind of thing, they're not laughing over here. They may not be laughing at the death of children. They're laughing at me, which doesn't matter. But the fact that they don't even have the decency to respect these lives that were lost. No, troll me on my other stuff. That's why I'm not even blocking her. If she wants to troll me on anything else, she can do that. Do not do that on this post. And the other profile that did it, you were smart enough not to show your damn face. You knew that too. You knew that.
You knew that.
Look at that. And everybody saw right now.
All right. Good for everybody.
Everybody saw. You hid. Yeah. I'm being serious.
You know what? She thinks everybody cares. Everybody's profile on Facebook is there for the public to see.
Unless if you have it private. And mine was private for many, many, many years.
Unless you have it set to private. But if you don't, people don't care. They're going to put pictures that they don't care that they're seen.
I just recently unlocked all my private my because of this. I'm like, people might want to see photos of me or know things about me. So it's like, well, all right. So I just recently unlocked mine.
So she wants to think that she's going to terrorize people just because she's showing their profile page, which is a public page. Come on. That's all you got?
Well, it's the same act over and over and over and over.
And if she's really pissed at you, she'll try to find out who you work for.
Oh yeah, she did that to some poor guy that works at a bank. Found out what city he lived in, called every Wells Fargo bank in that city.
Yep. Just to tell them that they have an employee who makes hateful comments or whatever.
Hey, it's a true story.
I wish I could hear what the bank people had to say.
Oh yeah, I know. I would love to have been on the
Who are you?
on the line.
Who are you? Are you from California?
I'm sorry. What insane asylum did you escape from?
Yeah.
Don't be telling me that it was an accident. Y'all stop apologizing for her. For real.
For real.
The same kind of ability for you to be like,
And then she gets all
well,
ghetto.
You're giving her too much of the benefit of the doubt. I'm telling you right now. Do you know how many people gave those officers the benefit of the doubt? Do you know how many today are still giving those officers the benefit of the doubt, even though it is
Tony, I don't care.
indefensible, undeniable that they heard that which was muted to the parents, which was the cries for help while they were in the hallway?
That's right, Lauren.
Those same people who are still giving the officers a benefit of the doubt when they absolutely knew that there was lives to save in that room and they didn't move their asses are the same people that are saying that this lady did it by accident. No, she did not. No, she didn't.
Just how the fuck do you know? Were you there?
That was no
Did you watch her?
accident.
No, I don't think so.
Don't be. I don't play.
Stop
about
jumping
Uvalde,
to
man.
conclusions like you always do, Miss Thing. Get
I
up
know
off
what
your
it's like.
goddamn
I know
high
what
horse.
it's like to have to live the ramifications of officers failing to protect you equally under law. I know what it's like to deal with officers failing
because they arrest you
to
on a
meet
daily
their
basis.
standards. I know what it's like.
She does know what it's like. She's been arrested like 9 times.
9, 10, 12 times. I mean, who's counting anymore at this point?
As
Once
of
you hit
right
a
now,
dozen,
anyway.
that's it. Once you hit a dozen, we don't count anymore. It's just
right.
We just expect it on a daily basis anymore.
Yeah, just multiple arrests.
There goes the popo. Oh, yeah, Vanessa's house. Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah,
knew
she's
it.
in the backseat. Yeah.
For officers to cover their asses for themselves. I know what it's like for more than 2 law enforcement agencies to do the same. No.
Ma'am. No,
all right,
ma'am.
I'm going on. Here we go. This is the name of the article. 5 Texas DPS officers to be investigated in Uvalde school response. Subtitle: The 5 law enforcement officials have been referred to the State Inspector General's office for a formal investigation. Usually that's what happens when it becomes something serious. You see, what is supposed to happen is if, say for instance, before I go on with this, this is why I don't understand what your Uvalde district attorney is doing. If they know that 5 troopers failed these kids, what about the other 14? What about the other 14 officers in that hallway? Do you not remember that one officer that was telling the other officer, there was another officer that was trying to be a hero? He's probably the only one at this point that I don't think should be prosecuted, because he is literally on camera saying, we need to get into that room. While the officer is saying, we don't have any keys. And he's like, master keys, bro. And he's like, well, and then he gave another excuse. And at the very end, he was like telling Arredondo, Chief, I'm getting anxious. That officer that was trying to be a hero is probably the only one that should not be prosecuted, in my opinion.
I know she turned it off, Don. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. What happened to the music? I didn't realize it.
I didn't either.
This time it's different. This is not an adult. Adults should never die at the hands of police simply based on the ability to be able to end their lives. And you target them because of the color of their skin. And your anger or whatever it is that's wrong with you in your mind allows you to do that shit to people at a higher rate when they have more melanin in their skin. This is true. This is true. This is different because these were children. These were teachers. This was an elementary school.
And if
Texas, the United States, allows these officers to get away
being racist again, Vanessa.
Yeah, this is a and this one's not even that bad today. This video, you should go back a couple of months back. There's.
You know, it really bugs me when she starts talking about color of people's skin. I mean, it bugs me to no fucking end.
Yeah.
Master keys, brah. Yeah, I got your bra. Take it, snap that bra.
To get started, you got to take it easy. Take it small doses. And then watch full video. Some of the video average, I don't know, hour and a half.
Yeah, trust me, you can overdose on Vanessa. You can.
Yeah.
And then you get like drained.
Yes.
You know, we're never going to get reform. If we can't get reform because 19 children died and 2 educators at an elementary school, no justice, no one was prosecuted.
And like a true narcissist, instead of listening to other people, which she won't, if you've got an opposing, sometimes if you have the same view, but if you say
You're
it
a hater.
differently,
You're a hater.
you're a hater.
You're a hater.
And like a narcissist, she's too wrapped up in her own opinion to listen to what anybody else has to say. And that's the way she operates. No
You're
lie.
a hater. You're a hater. You're a hater. Manny, you're
Only
just a
5
hater.
of 19. Even if only 5 of 19 are prosecuted, that still lets you know, hey, well, you can't be a state level, but you can be anything below. You can still do whatever the hell you want to do, even let down 2 roomfuls of elementary school children that are inside an unlocked classroom door, not barricaded, screaming for help.
You know, not barricaded in a sense that he put a bunch of tables and chairs to block the doors and barricaded. That doesn't mean that literally. It just means he went somewhere, he closed the door, and he's behind door number 1 or door number 2. We don't know.
This isn't The Price is Right. Are we going to have door number 3 too?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was Let's Make a Deal. Sorry.
Let's make a deal, yeah.
When you have everything you need to go ahead and try to neutralize that shooter, and you don't do a damn thing, not even jiggle the damn doorknob. You can still do that. Don't do it at the state level of any state, because they prosecuted 5 at the state. All the rest you can do it, because I mean, come on, Texas didn't even prosecute the other ones. That is what you are sending. That is the message that's being sent. If no officers are prosecuted, and if they're only prosecuted at the state level officers.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Dawn. She will use the race card when it's convenient for her. And she will say she's a brown woman. She's brown and she's a female.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're picking on her, you're discriminating against her.
And white women got no business in brown people's business.
That's right.
I don't know how many times I've heard that come out of her mouth.
She said that. That's true.
If the state level officers did wrong, all the other ones did wrong too. And I get why the state level officers are the first ones to be targeted for this, and they're not being targeted. They are suspects. In my opinion, they are suspects.
Well, thank God that's just your
because
opinion.
they are higher ranking. They know. They should know better. They should know better.
You know, I have a saying about opinions.
That's
now
why
that she
they
brought
have.
up
It's
opinions.
like, damn, their hands are tied. It's like,
Yeah. And I say it towards myself a lot, you know. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, but it's usually the assholes that voice theirs.
Yeah. Very good.
And I say that towards myself because I'm awfully opinionated, and I let people know my opinion, and I know I'm an asshole.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
But there's a difference if you're an asshole who speaks the truth, not somebody who makes stuff up. That's different.
You know, it's kind of funny how you can say asshole, but you can't say shit.
Right?
and it's kind of like the same area.
Yeah, why did I do that? I don't know. Makes no difference.
look, dudes, the other officers, they failed, but that's up to the district attorney. All right? You failed. You are a state employee.
Look at those mini tiny
We're going to have
hands.
to refer this to the special.
She does have little monkey hands, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's got little
to
like
state level investigators.
little midget
I mean, my hands ain't that big.
dwarf hands or something.
Do we
I
have
guess they're
somebody
bigger
else
than
here?
hers.
Oh, she got somebody else now.
No, Miss Lisa, please stop it.
Please stop it,
Stop.
Miss Lisa.
Don't be doing that. Who is it? What's going on here? No, be quiet, Miss Beverly Mitchell. Get the hell off my page. Get the hell off my page. And who liked it? Who liked that comment? Shelby Knight, Shelby Kite.
Hi,
Get your ass
Shelby.
off my page.
How you doing,
Hey,
Shelby?
Shelby.
Kite?
Get your ass off my page. Block yourself
What
right now.
timing?
I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, because I'm going to show your profile.
Oh,
4.
Shelby, she's hating on you. I'm
No
sorry.
way.
I'm sorry she's hating
3.
on you. God, I mean, that was timing.
2.
Welcome, Shelby. That was beautiful. That was perfect.
It was.
Man,
Are you ready?
did she block you too?
Are you ready? Y'all just don't see
If
me
she
being
blocked you,
sneaky
you
here.
need to buy a Block Party
Shelby,
t-shirt.
Kite, take your ass off my page for real. I'm not gonna have no. I haven't even started reading the damn article.
I thought you finished it.
Proud Army wife. No,
over
this is
here
not live. This is
and
from
like you.
Tuesday night.
These ladies high-fiving each other. I don't give a damn what y'all have to say. I don't care if y'all don't like what I'm talking about. And I don't care if you're there. No, ma'am. Don't come over here like this.
Okay,
This is
now
you.
she's turning it into
Get
nothing
out
but
of here.
hate. What do we got left here? About another half hour or so?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got a half hour of hate coming at us.
Don't be doing that, Shelby. Don't be doing that. Leave. This is not the page for you. Leave. Okay?
She's right about
This is
that,
not the
Shelby.
page
It's
for
not the
you.
page for you. This is the page for you
Leave.
right here because
Out of respect
you'll see
for
it
your
better here
beautiful
than over there.
daughters, I'm not showing their
And you
faces.
can comment over here.
Leave. Leave right now.
You can say what you want here. You won't get
Leave. I
blocked
need a
or
reminder
nothing.
to your
Unless
comment
you're
right
an
now.
a-hole, then I might do something, but
Leave.
you can say what you want.
Leave.
You can say what you want.
Shelby. Get the hell off this page, Mina. What the hell are you doing here?
So Shelby, pause it for a second, Manny.
Yeah.
So Shelby, I gotta know, what did you say on her page over there that made her go off on you?
It wouldn't take much.
No, it really wasn't. Did you send a little heart emoji, a little laugh emoji?
We've seen her go off on someone that said, "Hey, I just got here. What's going on? What are we talking about?" And she went off on them and blocked them.
I like the comment of a lady defending her.
See, people do stuff that are sincere, and she still has a problem. I don't know what her problem. She's, it's.
I don't think she likes like hearts or likes or I don't know. She's an interesting critter.
Shelby, you are welcome here anytime. Sorry you had to go through the Vanessa experience.
Yeah, go to mannysmerch.com and get a Block Party t-shirt because you've been blocked.
If you've been blocked,
You've been blocked.
become a member of the block party. Free shipping starts on Tuesday, so if you want to hold off for a couple days, feel free.
Beverly Mitchell. Who's liking that? Cindy Burns. Let me get rid of this trash right now.
She wastes so much time doing this stupid crap.
Yeah, she does.
Unless she's gonna make this her thing, where people, hey, I go watch her. She insults everybody and then blocks everybody, and then she tries to dox everybody. If you're gonna make that your thing, okay, fine, run with it. But if you have a point you want to talk about on your show, but then you're gonna spend 45 minutes doing this crap.
Oh, I cannot see your profile. You're lucky. I'm not gonna let y'all be disrupting this. I'm not.
Okay, V.
Who else is gonna like it?
You're disrupting things yourself.
Well, and
Y'all go
oh,
there.
there we
Y'all
go. I was going to say,
y'all
we had a great
y'all
view of
go,
your finger
give a high
there.
five to Beverly Mitchell. Go ahead. Do you think I care? Do you think I care about that shit?
No,
I
you
care
do.
about making sure that I know.
Obviously, you do care about it.
She does. That's all she cares about.
You believe she said that? Listen to her. Listen to her.
I'm not gonna let y'all be disrupting this. I'm not. Who else is gonna like it? Y'all go over there. Y'all go give a high five to Beverly Mitchell. Go ahead. You think I care? Do you think I care about that shit? I care about making sure that I know who's lurking on this page that has the audacity to come over here and say anything against anything that I'm saying or to judge me for saying this shit. Go to the hate pages and go take that shit over there.
Bring it on.
Go to the hate pages and go
Come
take
on
that shit
over.
over there.
Yeah, come
Let
on
me see
over
who else
because
is
what
gonna
you
like
got to
your
say
little
is
comment there,
probably
Miss
the
Beverly.
truth.
Mitchell,
And she can't handle
let me
the truth.
see.
Doors
Yes,
wide
they are
open.
beautiful, ma'am. Your heart is not.
Oh,
Get the
sweet
hell out of here. Don't
feckin'
be
Jesus,
communicating with
Vanessa.
me.
You are not
Literally.
right in the head,
You think that's
girl.
cute? You
I'm
think
sure
that's
there's
funny?
medication for
I
what you
said that your
have.
daughters were beautiful, and I meant it. You're pushing the envelope with me.
Ooh.
Pushing the envelope.
Somebody's pushing the envelope with her.
Oh, wait a second. That could be another good one for the S tattoo right there.
That screenshot right there.
Yeah, I kind of like her lips there.
Is that a padded envelope or a legal envelope?
I don't know.
Just wondering.
Get out of here.
Like they're gonna listen to her.
Hold on.
How many
I'm
accents
not
she
gonna
got?
let these
Well, Tammy,
ladies come here.
hang out for a while.
For real.
She's got a few.
Yeah, she does. Manny has a hate page. Thank you, Manny. We're all here for you. This is really not a hate page. It's not. Vanessa likes to call us a hate page, but it's not a hate page.
I cannot believe the nerve that these people
Bam,
have.
it's not the old face.
I did like the old face though. That one's so far. It's like it's number one.
Oh, you mean the blow up doll face lips?
Yeah.
Don't
That's
come
so
over
far.
here
That's
like
number
that.
one.
Don't do that, Beverly Mitchell. Don't be doing that. Just stop. Honestly, why do y'all even have to argue with anybody?
Vicky, I'm thinking her
This topic
Uvalde
is not
rant
about
is
you
over
all
with
fighting
because now
amongst
she's
each
on
other,
the
man.
hate.
What is more important here? What is more important here? This post is about 19 officers in that hallway being the other 19 criminals. There was 20 criminals that day.
So she's blaming everybody else for distracting her when she's a king distractor, queen distractor.
Queen Bee, if you will.
By the way, in case you missed it, rest in peace. Queen Elizabeth II passed away yesterday.
I thought she was the third.
I thought she's a second.
Oh yeah, the second
Second.
Queen.
Yep.
Second Queen Elizabeth named Elizabeth.
Passed away. She's 96 years old, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens over there.
I knew it was going to happen when they said the royal family's rushing to her side. I had a feeling that she was going to die. But she wasn't looking good there for a while. Ever since she caught COVID, she wasn't looking good.
Yeah, it attacks the weak and makes them weaker.
The shooter and those 19 officers. Those of you that are on here amongst yourselves fighting are taking away that spotlight. I did not create this post for anybody to come over here and grandstand for anything else other than the focus of this post, period. I don't play about Uvalde. This is serious.
Yeah.
And you are arguing, Beverly Mitchell. Stop doing that shit.
But what the shit that's spewing out of your mouth, though, girl, about 0.003% of it's the truth. The rest of it's your opinion.
Only because I can't find your profile. Oh, I found it.
Oh, there you have that. She found
Stop
it.
fighting with people on this damn post. All right? Stop.
Stop. Just stop already.
Stop. I don't care if you don't like my followers. Stop. Stop.
I know I was being extremely
do not have enough
Vicky.
self-control to ignore people on this post whose opinions that you don't like. And your self-control does not allow you to focus on what matters most. And instead, You want to be there telling people off and saying some sassy ass little comments right back to them about karma this and karma that. Karma comes to those like you that are trying to take the focus directly, knowingly or unknowingly,
Okay,
away
so
from the thing that matters the most. Because right now,
if the
not your
19
karma, not nobody
criminals
else's
that she's
karma
talking about
matters
matter the
more
most,
than the karma of those
then
19
why doesn't she
other
just ignore this and move along?
Robb Elementary School
I
that day.
mean,
That's
move
why.
along.
That's why this is funny. She's yelling at the people, saying that they're distracting the message from this video, when she's clearly the one who's pressed and triggered by
pressed.
all this stuff.
She is pressed and triggered.
It's like, shut the F up and continue your little conversation. Don't worry
rant.
about what they're doing in the comments. I thought you had moderators. What happened to your moderators?
Well,
Full
I
of
think her
crap. She don't got no
moderators-
moderators. She don't
Yeah,
have any moderators.
they were a fiction of her imagination.
They don't exist.
Girl, please.
See, she just can't help it. They just keep reading. She's gonna keep getting involved with that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go on.
Oh, you are.
Oh, now okay.
My goodness.
My goodness.
Uvalde, Texas. 5 Texas Department of Public Safety officers have now been referred to the State Inspector General's office for a formal investigation into their actions during the Uvalde school shooting on May 24th.
Oh,
KBUE.
good Lord. I forgot. She was supposed to be reading an article. How long ago was this?
40 minutes, I'm thinking.
45 minutes, 40 minutes ago, she said she was going to read an article. And she's been arguing with the crowd in the comments for 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's Vanessa at her finest.
An Austin American Statesman reporter.
I'm going to skip through this because I don't want to read
Manage
that
me. Do not
article.
try to handle me. It is not helpful.
Oh, boy,
and
here
I
we go.
know what this matters. I know what this means. And I know what the outcome is going to do to America.
I bet you do.
I don't care how long anybody has been my supporter. Do not try to manage me. Do not try to handle me. It is not helpful for you to tell me I don't like it when you get upset. Tell me in a private message, because if you really
Wow, what a hurtful message.
That is
They
pretty
said-
hurtful.
They said, I don't like it when you get upset. Somebody told her, I don't like it when you get upset. And this is how she's reacting to that. This is how she's reacting to that.
I'm a human being that has suffered, not to the likes of these parents and these children and this community, but to levels very close to that. And I know what they're up against, and I know what this matters. I know what this means, and I know what the outcome is going to do to America. I don't care how long anybody has been my supporter. Do not try to manage me. Do not try to handle me. It is not helpful for you to tell me I don't like it when you get upset. Tell me in a private message, because if you really cared about it, you wouldn't be making your thoughts public.
Uh-huh.
Hitler over here. We have the comment Nazi.
She is a comment Nazi. You're right.
If you go back at 1 minute ago and listen to her say the karma of those 19 people at the rivalry. So does this mean they deserve this? Oh, let's see. I thought I heard that somewhere.
Now, in July, you know which review that was. We've talked about it.
Oh,
It
we
was
did.
that review.
We talked about that review.
So
I don't
far, 2
remember
of
it.
the officers have been suspended with pay pending the outcome of the investigation. That's a vacation. They got a vacation. That's a paid vacation. That's paid time off. Miss Lisa?
And
Miss
you don't
Lisa.
know, that might
There's-
be the contract rules. You
there's
don't
no,
know.
Right. There's no, an investigation is not a freaking vacation. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, trust me. With the many as we've been through,
Remember the HR investigations?
oh, fuck me. That bitch.
God, that was no fun.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I was an alcoholic back then. That she made me even worse.
Miss Lisa, don't those comments are not. Do you know how many reporters across
Lisa,
this
she
nation
talking about you right
cried when they delivered the news to America of this happening? If you have reporters that are trained to show no emotion, lose their composure at the loss of 17 wounded lives, 19 children passing away, and 2 educators. I am not a trained reporter.
No, you're not.
I
But
do
you're a
not
trained
fall under
bullshit
any
artist.
journalistic guidelines. I'm a human being that has suffered, not to the likes of these parents and these children.
Well, finally, something realistic and true that she said. You have not suffered what they have suffered. Thank you for admitting that.
Yeah, but you know, right there in the beginning of the video. So I guess she kind of walked that back.
Yeah.
And this community, but to levels very close to that. And I know what they're up against, and I know what this matters. I know what this means.
Levels very close to that? Really?
Yeah.
To the likes of these parents and these children and this community, but to levels very close to that. And I know what they're up against, and I know what this matters. I know what this means, and I know what the outcome is going to do to America. I don't care how long.
She's got her crystal ball out of the shop. She knows.
Do not try to manage me. Do not try to handle me. It is not helpful for you to tell me, I don't like it when you get upset. Tell me in a private message, because if you really cared about it, you wouldn't be making your thoughts public.
Vanessa, I don't want to manage you.
That is not useful.
There's no money in managing you.
Only Cody
your
can
king.
manage her. Only Cody can manage her and handle her. Don't worry, I wouldn't want to handle you at all.
I'm going to have to block you now, Miss Stambach.
Okay. She blocked
And
somebody else.
You're blocked.
And you're blocked.
I'm being serious.
Are you being serious? Man.
You go, girl.
So far, 2 of the officers have been suspended with pay pending the outcome of the investigation. The Inspector General's office will now help determine if any policy violations happened among the group of 5, as well as any potential violations of training or disciplinary actions they could face. Nothing in that sentence says anything about possible criminal charges.
Hey, Bam, do you remember watching Mystery Science Theater 3000
Yes.
or something like that?
Yes.
Somebody
it was big
commented
back in the 80s.
Somebody commented once a couple weeks ago that we remind her of them, of Mystery Science Theater.
Really?
We should do something like that. We should like turn around so you don't see the back of our heads.
Very well known.
And
Yeah.
just comment that way.
And even he
You know,
that this is the first
I'm muting myself. I'll be back in a second.
Chauvin,
Okay.
who literally kept his knee on the neck of George Floyd, even as the man cried out for help, saying, I can't breathe. Even that political analyst, 25-year veteran of law enforcement, even he laid out the possible criminal charges that could be levied against every single one of those 19 officers.
I have Vanessa's new theme
in
song.
His report, in his
Oh,
article,
boy.
it states, we need to start considering if the shooter was the only criminal there in Uvalde.
So I can only play a couple of seconds of it so we
wasn't.
don't get blocked. But here we go. You know the song?
Is that
Helen Reddy, I Am Woman.
I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar or whatever?
Yes.
Yes.
It's Vanessa's theme song because she loves to roar. I am woman, hear me roar.
I got a better theme song for her.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Whoops. Wrong one. I'll find it. I'll find it.
Is it going to be Bad Boys, Bad Boys?
No.
Oh my God, I'm going to give myself asthma.
Hey, mute that sucker.
The shooter. 20
Oh,
criminals.
fuck. Give myself an asthma
One of
attack.
20. One of 20.
That was kind of funny, though.
Oh, thank you, Fanny Fam. I was supposed to be a lawyer, but because I had to get, very
but the cops were
Oh,
letting me because they found out I was going to law school and they decided to arrest me.
I love this part. Yeah, I want to hear this. This is a theme song for Vanessa. See if it even comes on yet.
Twilight Zone.
You are entering another dimension.
shooter was one of 20 criminals. One of 20.
Here we go.
One of 20.
She was going to be a lawyer. Here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Fanny Fam. I was supposed to be a lawyer, but because I had to get, very strong about things, they derailed that. But this ain't about me. This is about these children and this justice right here. Officials have not provided an immediate timeline on this investigation. In addition, the DPS released a letter from July.
Okay, I'm going to skip forward.
Vicky, this is what she does. She thinks that her train that she's on is the momentum that she's going with it. It's like everybody wants to hear this, when in all reality, nobody really does. But she thinks that she's like the shit.
She thinks she's the authority on
everything.
Well, almost everything.
Yeah.
And her real motive here is someday she's going to run for a state political office. And she was trying to pocket herself a few thousand votes from the area surrounding Uvalde and around Uvalde. And that's why she's doing this. That's the ultimate reason why she's doing this.
That person can never be treated.
Crazy train.
One more time. In addition, the DPS released a letter from July, which I will read to you right now.
Oh, we're reading
which
another
can be
one.
read in full at the bottom of this article, in which DPS officers were instructed that they should treat any person who fires a weapon at a school as an active shooter until he is neutralized. That person can never be treated as a barricaded subject.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
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 I want to congratulate the DPS for actually having that in place, because they actually went above and beyond by making sure that their troopers knew to treat any active shooter, anybody firing any weapon as an active shooter, no matter what, and to never, ever treat them as a barricaded subject, regardless of what federal law states. That is amazing, and I applaud the DPS for doing that. I don't think we would have ever known that the DPS literally went above and beyond and stated, in our opinion, as an officer of our department, the Texas Department of Public Safety, if you go to a school and there's anybody shooting a gun at all, you never go to the second portion of the post-Columbine active shooter protocol. You never, ever implement barricaded subject. You will always and forever treat the situation as an active shooter.
And you know this how.
And thank you, DPS, for doing that. We would have never known that you went and you strengthened the federal law at the state level. Thank you. I'm sorry that you're officers, and I'm sorry to the parents. During the tragedy, officers waited over an hour inside the hallways as the shooter was barricaded inside a classroom. He was never barricaded. Let's write the story. Sir, writers? What is that? Drew Knight and Tony Pope.
Here she going. First-hand knowledge again.
Why are you still you calling him a barricaded subject? The door was never locked.
Doesn't
How do you know
have to
this?
be. Doesn't have
What
to
kind of
be.
reporters are you?
First-hand
Goodness, I
knowledge,
don't even
Vanessa.
like reading that paragraph. Ugh.
Oh
Reluctantly, I'm repeating it.
no!
During
you're
the
not.
tragedy, officers waited over an hour inside the hallways as the shooter was barricaded inside a classroom.
Did you
in
see her roll the
total,
eyes?
He killed 19 children and 2 teachers that day before officers.
So if you clap your left hand over your right hand, left over right, that means you have sex appeal.
Oh,
If you clap your right over your left, you think you have sex appeal.
Oh,
Get it? Yeah.
okay. Didn't know
officials
that.
broke into the classroom and killed him. And let's remember, the officials who went in there while Arredondo was telling them.
And I don't know what this means. I don't know what that means. I know Joan Rivers used to do it, but
Stand
Well,
back,
well,
stand
then you
back,
have the
stand
Nancy
back,
clap.
was an
Oh, yeah.
off-duty border patrol, not customs
Yeah.
and border patrol, an off-duty border patrol agent
biatch.
who went in there along with 2
My
or 3
best
other
friend
people
Nancy.
that were part of the tactical group BORTAC they came all the way from Del Rio
No.
while they were wasting time. Those people didn't even need to be called in, because you were supposed to keep on trying to neutralize. You should have never waited. They could have been called, and you should have kept trying to neutralize the shooter. And you're going to find out that's exactly what's going to be stated from the DOG report. Watch. You can naysay me all you want, but I promise you that's exactly what they're going to say. One of the things they're going to say that could have been done different was that they did not have to wait to continue to engage the shooter while they waited for them to drive from Del Rio all the way to Uvalde. That's one thing that's going to be in that report. Please, if you know anything, if you've learned anything by now,
Is it Uvalde
you should
or
learn
Uvalde?
that when I tell you,
Uvalde.
don't doubt me
Well,
until
she
that
just said
happens.
Uvalde.
Don't doubt me.
Really?
It's going to
Yeah.
happen. It's going to be written there.
Oh, I gotta hear
I
this.
promise. The shooter, while they waited for them to drive from Del Rio all the way to Uvalde.
No, she said
That's one thing that's going to be in that report. Please, if you know anything, if you've learned anything by now, you should learn that when I tell you, don't doubt me until that happens. Don't doubt me.
Oh,
It's going to happen.
darling,
gonna be
I've been
written
doubting
there.
you half my
I
life.
promise you.
So she's the authority. She's
We're talking
buck
about the
stops with
tragedy in
her,
Uvalde
right?
and how 5 officers are now being hopefully reprimanded or on the brink of being reprimanded. Because it looks here like those DPS troopers. Can you imagine now? Think of all of the video that you saw that day, y'all.
You know, she
Now,
really
when
wants
you go
people to
back
lose their
and
jobs. How would she feel if she lost her
everything that
job?
we've seen, because it infuriates me. I'm going to tell you right now. I did not know this. I did not read this. I only read the title. I did not read this until I'm reading this to you right now.
Sure.
This is a blind reaction.
Yeah. Blind my ass.
The fact everything is going through my mind, and I'm seeing it with the different lenses, because before right now, I had no idea that the state level officers, the employees of the DPS, that were 5 of the 19 officers in that hallway, they knew, because their State Department protocol was, you don't follow the federal level. You're
All right.
going to follow it,
I'm
but
gonna
you're only
skip
going to
forward
follow
a
the
little
first
bit.
part. No matter
Okay.
what, you will never. Thank you. Fourth was an abject failure. The end quote. The Texas DPS said in a statement Tuesday,
Oh, come on.
this is the letter that was written in the United States.
Going forward, skipping forward.
Leave. If you Amanda Marie Kehlani Stevens Haythorne,
See, this is the
and
good
you
stuff.
still can't
Who
shut
you,
your
who you
mouth.
hating
can
on
you?
now, V?
You still cannot shut your mouth. You still cannot shut your mouth.
Kind of like you. She's taking after you.
Put your T-Rex hands back. Get them off the screen. They creep me out.
Can you? Leave. If you think this is hate, leave.
You ever see those arms on a T-Rex? They're like this. That's what that reminds me of. Kind of creeps me out.
Ain't nobody asked me. Please go and invite y'all. Go get Amanda Marie K. Helani Stevens Hawthorne. Please go get her ass and bring her over here to this post. Ain't nobody asked you to be here, Amanda. No,
Wait, go get her and bring her to the post, but nobody asked you to be here? What? What?
I will shut your mouth for you.
Yeah, but
Block
see,
by-
Vicky,
That's it.
I have a V in the back
we
of
go.
my head that
Fellow
I shaved
employees.
in my hair for
On May
Vanessa.
24th, the citizens of Uvalde experienced one of the worst things imaginable. And in the wake of this awful tragedy, we have a responsibility to examine what could have been done differently to prevent it from happening in the first place. It is not easy to be critical of ourselves.
Mila, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. That's a terrible, terrible thing. That kind of phone call is just, I can't even imagine. Sorry to hear that.
And others during such difficult times, that we must be willing to do whatever is necessary to help the victims and their families begin to heal. One of the most important things a parent can do is talk to their children about what they hear, see, and share online. In the aftermath of any tragedy of this nature, there are almost always indicators from the attacker on social media platforms.
Okay, I want to skip forward.
Good job.
Good
Have
job,
DB
Vanessa.
charges. Governor Abbott has in public testimony of what they failed to do.
Yeah. Okay, skip,
Why do you
skip,
say that,
skip,
Vanessa?
skip, skip.
They can fail to prosecute.
Skip.
The pressure
Oh.
by every legal,
The pressure.
lawful, ethical means necessary. Peaceful, nonviolent, 100% peaceful, 100% nonviolent democracy.
Except for you doxing people and having your crowd go over there and terrorize people. That's okay, though.
Well, of course, because it's Vanessa. Kind of like the whole Democrat thing. Rules for me, or rules for you, but not for thee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be thrown down on that district attorney if justice is what you want. She should see democracy like she never even dreamed that she was ever. Democracy needs to hit her in the face like a ton of bricks. Democracy.
Like something's going to
Democracy.
hit you in your face like a ton of bricks. Oh.
Democracy.
All right, we only got 10 minutes
and
left.
anybody
10
feels
minutes.
threatened about democracy hitting them in the face like a ton of bricks, then we don't need you in public service.
You're right. We don't
You're
need
right.
you in public service.
We feel the same way about you. Thank you. Yes, exactly, right?
Don't. If you feel threatened,
Look at that
by
little
democracy.
T-Rex hand.
we don't need you in public service.
Ooh, what's that?
As a public safety agency, we have an obligation to hold ourselves to the highest standards. That is why DPS has formed an internal committee to review the department's response to the massacre at Robb Elementary. Deputy Director of Law Enforcement Services, Jeff Williams, is leading the committee.
She said Geoff Williams. Then she corrected herself. Jeff Williams, not Geoff.
Which includes members from the department's
Geoff.
Training Operations Division, Office of the Inspector General, Office of General Counsel, and Special Operations Group. Members are currently reviewing and examining the actions of every DPS trooper, special agent, thank God, and Texas Ranger who responded to the Robb Elementary to determine if any violations of policy or the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Doctrine occurred. The Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Doctrine is the thing that I have mentioned from the beginning, aka the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Doctrine is the federal level doctrine.
Okay, I want to
that
skip
I
a
have
little more.
many
Yeah, I know
times
it's only
referred
less
to
than 10
as
minutes, but I
the
can't.
post-Columbine
Skip away,
active
my
shooter
friend.
protocol.
Skip away.
That's the baby right there. That's
Oh.
the one.
That's the baby right there, she says.
DPS will continue to embrace the alert doctrine but with one important addition. DPS officers responding to an active shooter at a school will be authorized to overcome any delay to neutralizing an attacker. When a subject fires a weapon, oh, this was after. But thank you. It's better late than never. It's better late than never. Thank you. When a subject fires a weapon at a school, in other words, they're saying this is the federal law. This is the federal law. This is what we have been trained to do for the last 20 years. We're changing it. Option B is no longer allowed. Option B is no longer allowed. Do you hear that, everybody in the DPS? Option B is no longer allowed. If it is a school, option B is no longer allowed. It will only be A, period. DPS officers responding to an active shooter at a school would be authorized to overcome any delay to neutralizing an attacker. That means you don't wait for a SWAT team.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard her say.
Well, you got to get. Oh God!
How do you know where he is? He's barricaded, but he's hiding behind a door somewhere.
Is she really stupid? I mean, is she really this stupid? You don't wait. You just show up. You go in, guns a-blazing, and just shooting at anything that moves is what she's saying.
And just let cops die.
Don't wait.
Whatever.
Don't wait for SWAT because SWAT doesn't know shit. Don't wait for them. Just go in, shooting, guns a-blazing. God, Vanessa, are you really that fucking ignorant? Let me rephrase that. Are you really that fucking stupid? Because ignorance can be fixed.
Yep.
That means you don't fail to look in the windows. That means you don't fail to
Yeah, pop your head in the window so you can get blown off by the dude's shotgun.
Yeah, and then he's going to kill somebody else with stray bullets.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Just pop your head up there. What do they always say? Don't look in the window. That's the basic rule.
Peeping Tom.
Put your head in the window, you're going to get it blown off by whoever.
I mean, you have to wait for SWAT to show up so they can get a plan of action, and then they're going to go in, and then they'll neutralize the shit. You don't go in guns a-blazing, heifer. You don't do it.
You don't talk about things you know nothing about.
Oh, no, she does. She talks about everything she knows nothing about.
wiggle that door to make sure that it's open or locked. That means you do the opposite of what was done that day. When a subject fires a weapon at a school, he remains an active shooter until he is neutralized. Did you hear that? When a subject fires a weapon at a school, he remains an active shooter until he's neutralized. Y'all would be school shooters. There's no more plan B. You do know that. I hope anybody watching understands that. From now on, if you go onto a campus with a gun and you fire that gun, they're going to neutralize your ass. They are trained. Maybe a city cop will go over there and perhaps implement plan B if you do barricade yourself. Maybe a deputy. But right here, it says any employee of the DPS from henceforth this letter that arrives at a school where anybody is shooting a gun anywhere, even in the air, you will be shot dead. You will be neutralized. You will never be treated as a barricaded subject, ever. When a subject fires a weapon at a school, he remains an active shooter until he is neutralized and is not to be treated as a barricaded subject. It is so sad that they had to tell this to the elite level of law enforcement in Texas.
Vanessa, let me barricade my ass on your face.
Municipal level cops, city cops, rise of the ranks, deputies. Their whole life, many of them, their goal is to enter the DPS. The fact that the DPS has to tell all those people who fought so hard to be one of the employees of the DPS that is a law enforcement officer. The fact that they got to tell y'all, don't ever use the barricaded subject protocol. Because obviously you are that's so sad, because that lets me know our officers, without saying it here, that's what I'm getting. Our officers don't have the ability to discern. They do not have the ability to make the decision, the proper decision. They do not have the ability to look at a school small town school chief of police telling them to do some bullshit that they're not supposed to be doing or to not do some bullshit that they're supposed to be doing, sadly, has made us create this new rule. They shouldn't have to do that, but they had to. That's so sad. Wow. And is not to be treated ever as a barricaded subject. We will provide proper training and guidelines for recognizing and overcoming poor command decisions at an active shooter scene. You see? They are already working on that situation.
3 minutes.
And I told y'all
3 minutes. We can make
when
it.
I read the federal doctrine. I read it all.
Oh, I
of it,
bet you
from beginning
have.
to end.
Bull crap.
Everything they're trained, and they can sit there and say that they were trained in the classroom, but I don't know how many of them have actually read that federal law from beginning to end.
Unlike you.
I read it.
Of course
Mhm.
you have.
And the only flaw that I saw,
And I'm a millionaire.
what there was nothing written. There was nothing addressing if this occurs and there is already lower level law enforcement there. What happens? Do they stay the commanding officer, or does like a state level or county level over a city and a school officer? Like, what happens there? There was nothing in place to address that. So that has to be before the federal. It's going to take some time because this is federal doctrine. This is going to have to go before Congress to be fixed at the federal level in DC,
Couple minutes
Congress.
left.
However, in the meantime, other states should probably be doing what Texas is going to have to do, because this happened in Texas, this tragedy. And because it happened in Texas, Texas has to be the pioneer of making sure that at least in their state, they're going to know what happens to the shifting of powers when that situation occurs. Who becomes in charge? Because as of right now, that federal doctrine is without that.
Okay.
We will provide proper training and guidelines for recognizing and overcoming poor command decisions at an active shooter scene. In parentheses, and I'm adding that, because the federal level doctrine doesn't have it, sadly. I can't believe nobody caught that when they wrote that. But
Of course, because, nobody's as smart as you are.
And that's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Hi, I'm Laura
That's-
with
sorry.
Innovative Lasers.
I'm glad you cleared that up for us, Vanessa, because we didn't
Okay.
know.
I posted this. If you want to read it for yourself, I posted this. Okay.
Sure you
So feel free to look on it's on the post that states confirmed, in the blue background. In the comments, you will see this article that I read to you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all
Right.
so much.
Right.
I'm an activist.
You're what?
You're
I'm a
not a
survivor.
friggin' activist. Get out.
Survived things in the past. Currently surviving.
And I'm Joe Montana.
Will be triumphant. And I'm an activist.
Yeah. You're not a friggin' activist.
Because you can be a survivor and not an activist. You can survive your own shit and not be an activist to make sure that this shit never happens to anybody again.
But can you
I have
survive your
chosen
own
to be an
shit and
activist.
still be an activist? Just
An
saying.
activist has passion that is many times unbridled. Please do not try to manage. Please do not try to calm down that passion. Were it not for that passion in people that makes them care more than anybody else in society, there would be no needed changes. There would be no forward progress. There would be nothing to help those not live through what the others have survived.
That made absolutely no fucking sense.
Okay. Thank you.
He said something about. She said something. She was reading the article, and at the end, she plugged in Columbine active shooter protocol. The word Columbine is nowhere in that article.
No, but she said it. And I don't know about y'all in here, but I swear, my brain went from like this to like this. I know I became more ignorant in the past hour listening and watching to Vanessa.
We
I know I
all lost a few brain cells. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what happens. That's why we got to take her in doses.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you watch like all 7 years worth of her videos in like a one night run or a 1 week run, oh, I'm sorry, you'd end up in the fucking loony bin, like
Yeah.
like herself. I mean, I'd like to know which one she escaped from personally.
Yeah. So her whereabouts now, I have no idea. She said she's gonna take a few days off, or she's gonna be a hermit or whatever. So everyone is speculating. Where's Vanessa? She says her moderators are going to be moderating the hate.
Oh, okay.
So of course that means her.
Well, No Cheatskis said that she expects her to be arrested within the next couple of days. Maybe she's in the Huskow.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Eventually, we'll find out in a couple of days here and see what happens. I'm gonna see when John Allen wants to come on. Maybe I'll see if I can get him on here Monday, Tuesday, something like that. I'll talk to him over the weekend, and we'll have John Allen here. We'll get an update. Well, not an update, but a refresh what happened just over 2 years ago to this date. 2 years ago, and I think in a month or so. His heroism that saved a lot of lives at the Walmart. But I'll have him tell everyone, for those who don't know his story. And then he wants to talk a little bit of Vanessa as well. So as soon as I arrange that with, Tammy, I did reach out to him, but I haven't heard back. I reached out, and someone else I know did a favor and kind of reached out also, and he hasn't responded yet. So I'll try him again this week. She's talking about Mr. Reyes.
Oh,
teacher who survived.
Yes.
And so we'll see. This week she's at court. All right. Well, man, let's see what's going to happen.
Well, and didn't those the students just return to the school like this week?
Yeah, classes started this week.
First off, I mean, me personally, I would never go back to that school. And I thought it was a federal law that once something like this happened in a school, they're knocked down and rebuilt.
Well, it's closed. They're about to demolish it if they haven't done so already. They've got it fenced off already.
Okay, so they went to a different school.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was confused.
Nobody's going back in. Nobody's going to go back there to learn. That building is going to be history.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. The last photo I saw of it, they had a fence all the way around it, and they were getting ready to demolish that thing. So we'll see what happens with that. And so in the meantime, I'm going to be cooking up a few things. I got a program regarding narcissism coming up.
Oh,
very interesting. And I'm still putting that together. So good stuff coming up. Anything else comes up with Vanessa
Tijerina,
we will update you guys.
Yes, Vanessa Stephanie Tijerina.
Yes, VST.
I think they have a car that's has initials of VST. I think it's a Dodge something.
Yeah, why didn't they knock down Columbine? Robin says, that it's a building still there.
It is. And I think they created that law after Columbine.
But even if they did, wouldn't the school district or the parents go, you know what? I don't want my kids going back there.
Well, and yeah, I mean, personally, if I was a kid, I would never go step foot back in that school again. I don't care what my parents did to me. It's like, yep, nope, my ass is not, I'll skip every damn day.
Yeah.
I mean, the mental strain alone of something like that for a child.
Yeah.
And then you're going to force a kid to go back to that same School? Yeah, hell no.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. It's yeah, it's tough. But I would not, yeah. Columbine should have been knocked down.
Oh, absolutely.
There's video. There's video. There were cameras inside, and a lot of that was captured. Some of it got leaked, some didn't. But they were shooting everybody. So, alrighty, we're gonna call it a night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'll get at you next time. We'll see if tomorrow evening we'll do something. I don't know if you're up for it, Bam, depending on his work schedule.
Tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah, I get off at 2 p.m., so I should be able to come home, take a nap. Although this weekend I gotta make a cheesecake.
Ooh, cheesecake.
Yeah, I can't have any of it though, which really sucks. But yeah, I'm making a cheesecake for.
You can have it, but you can have one slice and that's it.
Yeah, one slice about like that big.
Take a double slice and do it early in the day. Don't be eating it 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
I'm making a cheesecake for my boss.
That's cool.
Yeah, she says there's two kinds of cakes in the world: cheesecake and chocolate cake. And if that's her philosophy, I have to go with there's only one kind of cake in the world, because chocolate cake is not chocolate. It's not chocolate to me.
Yeah, even though it is.
It's not. It's cocoa.
Post a VT scratch ticket picture. I will look for that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. All right, everyone, have a great night. We will see you.
I've made a pumpkin cheesecake before, and let me tell you, Julie, if you Google
Liana.
chocolate pumpkin cheesecake, it's amazing, because it's like a pie crust, then cheesecake, then chocolate, and then pumpkin pie on top. Phenomenal.
Dang.
I mean, it will blow you out of this world. Chocolate pumpkin cheesecake. Look for the recipe. Guarantee you will love it.
It all sounds good except for the pumpkin. Yeah.
But you don't even taste the pumpkin.
Because why put it in there? It's just orange.
It just all blends together. It's really good. But there's a pumpkin cheesecake that tastes pumpkin-y. But Julie, chocolate pumpkin cheesecake.
Everyone, Julie, Tammy, love you back. Ileana, love you too. Tammy, everyone, thank you so much. We'll catch you on the rebound. See you
Have a great
tomorrow.
night, guys.
Good night, everybody.